Now Ryan will throw. It's intercepted. This can be returned for two. This can be points for Kansas City. It would give Kansas City the lead. It's Eric Berry. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. It is a two-point conversion the other way for Kansas City. The first time in Chiefs history.
That was without a doubt one of the most memorable games in Chiefs history when the Chiefs last played the Falcons back in 2016. Hey, everybody, and welcome into our game preview this week presented by Crown Royal. My name is Matt McMullen, and this week we're joined by one of the greatest offensive tackles in NFL history, now a terrific analyst for NFL Network, Joe Thomas. He's going to help us break down Chiefs and the Falcons. Joe, what's up, man?
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time here today. And Joe, I think this could be a really intriguing matchup here for the Chiefs. I know the Falcons are 4-10 on the year, but they've lost 7 games by a touchdown or less, so lots of close games for them. And I really think they're more talented than their record indicates. We'll start with the offense here. I mean, Matt Ryan, 35 years old, still playing a pretty good quarterback for this team. Third most passing yards in the NFL this year. Some great receiving options too. Guys like Calvin Ridley, one of the top young pass catchers in all of football. Julio Jones, I know he's missed some time lately. We'll monitor his injury status in this one, but when he's on the field, he's a total stud. Lots of weapons for Matt Ryan in this offense. What do you make of this Falcons offense, and how can the Chiefs slow them down on Sunday?
Yeah, the Falcons offense is really good through the air, like you mentioned, those names that everybody's familiar with, the Matt Ryans, the Julio Jones, the Calvin Ridleys. Those guys have been doing their jobs all season long. Really what's stubbed the toe of the Falcons offense has been their rushing attack and their red zone offense. They've struggled to run the football, and a lot of times when you get into that red area, everything gets compressed, and so you can't use those big, speedy receivers like the Falcons have going down the field and stretching that defensive secondary, and a lot of the focus has to turn to your run game, which the Falcons have not been very good at, and so they're actually 31st in the NFL right now in red zone, and so I think the one area when you look at the Chiefs defense that they're not very good at is their red zone defense. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL in red zone defense. So for the fortune of the Chiefs and their fans, the one area of weakness also happens to be a big area of weakness on the Falcons. So I think a big advantage goes to the Chiefs going into this matchup.
Chiefs held the Saints to 1 of 11 on third down last week. That was certainly a good sign for this defense moving forward. So we'll see how they do against this Falcons offense. As you said, some playmakers, see if they can keep that going here in this one. Now, of course, the Chiefs offense has plenty of playmakers as well. We all know that. They'll be facing a Falcons defense in this one that is middle of the pack in most statistical categories, but one area they have struggled is stopping the passing game. They've allowed the second most passing yards of any team in the NFL. What are you expecting from Patrick Mahomes and the offense against this Falcons defense in this one?
Well, it's kind of just like we were talking about with the Chiefs defense and the Falcons offense. What the Falcons defense does the worst is also what the Chiefs offense does the best. The Falcons pass defense on deep passes is one of the worst in the NFL. In every metric you look at, they've really had a really hard time all season long defending the deep pass down the field. And anybody that's watched the Chiefs at all since Patrick Mahomes has been there understands how dangerous they are stretching the field, throwing to Tyreek Hill, moving the ball through the air with Patrick Mahomes' cannon for an arm. And so another huge advantage for the Chiefs offense over the Falcons defense is that deep passing game.
Few records could fall in this one. Travis Kelce needs just 60 receiving yards for the all-time NFL single-season receiving record by a tight end. Then Tyreek Hill has 15 receiving touchdowns on the season. That leads the NFL. He needs just one more to break the franchise record for receiving touchdowns in a single year. See if both of those records can fall on Sunday. All right, Joe, prediction time. Who wins the game on Sunday, and what's the final score?
I got the Chiefs by a lot in this one. I know Chiefs Nation would love to hear that. I think the Chiefs are going to score over 40 points, and the Falcons, I think they're going to be able to score, so they'll be in that 25 range, but it's not going to be a close game when we talk about the way these teams match up. Everything the Chiefs do really well is things that the Falcons do really poorly, so I got the Chiefs by more than 2 scores.
Love the sound of that. Chiefs looking for a franchise record 14th win in this one. We'll see how it plays out on Sunday. Joe Thomas, awesome stuff, man. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.